Trendy problems or problematic trends? Human society is ever evolving like a real, living, breathing creature. Change and adaptability are its biggest assets. Accordingly, values keep changing from time to time. Right and wrong exchange places. Beautiful becomes ugly, and ugly becomes beautiful. Truth becomes hideous, and lies become attractive and lucrative. But that's the least of the problems. The biggest problem occurs when we humans don't know what's the problem, or we imagine problems where there are none, or we fail to see problems where there are problems. For example, the following things are some popular modern trends that may actually be problems. Over-sexualization of children in the name of style, fashion and modern dressing, to the point that as young as 6 years old kids begin thinking about slenderness, weight reduction, dieting, beauty, jewelry, makeup, appearance and body image. The most disturbing and revolting thing is to see an innocent kid posing with the expressions, body posture and body language of an adult fashion model. Even more disturbing is the parents' sheer joy and pride in it. Overconsumption, overproduction, overpurchase, overwaste. And all this while some people die of starvation, some with overeating, while Earth reels in resource depletion. Overconsumption, overpurchase and overwaste is just the new comfortable living style. Overproduction is in fact business success statement. We're overconnected with everyone and everything, technically with the entire world, yet so dreadfully lonely and isolated inside, that we need a psychologist to tell us how to treat our problematic colleague. We have no time for anyone, and no one has time for us. We share everything except trust. We show everything except our hearts. Maybe it isn't, but it sure sounds like a lot of mess. Why aren't some of our researchers researching on things that can be more beneficial to humanity instead of researching dumb topics like correlation between salary preference and coffee cups, or how many steps you walk is connected to how many times you sneeze? They say they want peace, but continue waging wars for territories and border control since over several decades, killing innocents, soldiers and civilians. They tell us to let go of things to be happy. Why can't they let go for everyone's happiness? You know what? We are in love with peace. We talk of peace, write of peace, dream of peace. We just do nothing to have it. Well, they actually, not we. But talking about peace without actually wanting it is the latest trend. And they say wars are bad. They say they want to promote peace. And then they go manufacture weapons and sell them to fight these wars. Even those countries are actively fighting wars and buying latest high-tech costly weapons and ammunitions, who have not enough to feed and clothe their citizens. Seriously, ever since man learned to use his hands, weapons have never been out of fashion and they never will. Some believe in God, some don't. Fine. Some believe in one God, some in many. Also fine. But knowing that everybody is free to believe what one wants, why should they still fight and kill to protect their beliefs? The latest trend is to flaunt one's religious beliefs. Add to that spirituality and spiritual awakening. People nowadays talk about their spiritual awakening like they just awakened from their afternoon nap. Some of our fashion designers have surely some serious issues with their creativity and humans' need for clothes. What do they actually think of when they design new dresses for fashion shows that a beggar won't wear? And to think, those dresses cost hundreds and thousands of dollars. And to think, some people actually buy and wear them. And to think, they inspire others to do the same. Some people have more money than they need, and they have every right on earth to spend it the way they want. And yes, nobody is begging them to donate their hard-earned billions to the starving poors. But why do they spend it just because they can? They have brains to earn that much money. Why don't they have brains to also spend it sensibly? Does too much money mean too little sense? Or what we think idiotic is brains to them and vice versa? We are as much advancing in stress, overwork, unhealthy foods, chemical-ridden, polluted sedentary life and a host of new old incurable expensive diseases as we are in technology, information and science. We guess it's a package and probably we don't have a choice. And the real reason why we don't have a choice, is because companies and businesses like to make money and promote their products and businesses at the cost of public health. And there's nothing and no one stopping them. But that's just my opinion. Thank you for watching.